Self-isolation. This thing on? All right. I think I've been self-isolating a little too long in here in the truck. No shop video this week. Still no power. We're working on a plan to get power going. Hopefully this weekend I might be able to get the stuff that I need. We're kind of weighing our options the past couple weeks on how to go about getting power back to the shop. So hopefully this week we will get power back in the shop. So right now we got this big coronavirus thing going on. Everything is shut down pretty much. So there are a lot of Christians upset because they can't go to church. Well, they say, what is it, 2 or 3? I think it's 3 or more who gather in the name of Christ. I could be wrong. It could be 2. But either way, multiple people gather together in the name of Christ is considered church. So with today's technology compared to what it was back then, we can now, right here, there's a camera on these phones. You can buy GoPros cameras, but right here on the screen that my finger is pointing at, you can see church services done on that screen. You can see a preacher preach. You can see a preacher pray. You can listen to music. You can see music. Nothing's preventing you from seeing the stuff that you would see at church outside of not being able to fellowship with fellow Christians and being in person. But I would say, there's different programs that you can download, or apps I should say, but even on your computer you can download different things, and there are churches that are getting together on these here devices. Now I can even raise this up. That's my little tablet. People, we are able to gather in more than one way right now. If you're struggling to get a message, YouTube. Okay, we're on YouTube right now. Yes, we're on the YouTubes. But you can find about anything you need on the internet. You want preaching? It's right here. You want singing? It's right here. But something that is a little different, I would say, and you can get it right here, but I'd say prayer would be something that you could do by yourself at home. Matter of fact, that's where being by yourself, and I say by yourself, I'm in my truck by myself. As you can see, there's no one in my bed. As you can see, my driver's seat's empty just like the tomb, and so is the passenger seat. So, with me going through and explaining how empty my truck is, it's just me, myself, and I, and God. The Bible verse where I'm trying to get to here, if I can get my tablet to work, is Matthew 6:6. It says, "But when you pray, go into a room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you." Now, where I am getting at with that is you don't have to be in a church to pray. You don't have to be in a church to receive prayer. We got the technology. We can communicate back and forth with fellow Christians right here on these devices. I do most of my prayer is right here in my truck. I am by myself here. I pray in my shop when I'm at home a lot because I'm usually in my shop by myself. When you're by yourself, you don't have distractions. Yeah, there could be things going on here or there, but when I'm in my truck, it's me praying. I can pray to God. I don't have people around me praying and distracting me. My church offers an altar call where people can come down and pray. You can pray before church. Nobody's stopping you. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with going to the altar to pray. But in my stance, being right here by myself is probably where I do the best. I don't think you should really judge your prayers, but it's where I can focus the best to pray. Now, just some of my basics when I pray. If I got something going on, or there's something going on in the world that I feel it needs to be prayed for, I pray for it. If I know somebody has had, having issues that they need prayer for, physical, mental, whatever, I try to pray for that. I try to pray for my needs. And sometimes I can't think of nothing. Sometimes it's just a simple thank you. It's just one of those deals. It don't have to be one of these long, drawn out, basically a copy of the Lord's Prayer. I done a disciple or a devotional a while back on prayer, and it helped me grow my prayer abilities in the sense that I learned that you don't have to have one of the big, long, drawn out prayers. It can be short, sweet, to the point. I can't say it's something that you have to work on. I would say something that you would have to work on, I need to work on, is the praying without ceasing. I must admit, I don't pray near as much as I should. Like I said, I do most of my prayers right here in the truck. I don't know, it says you should pray without ceasing. I don't think you should try to make your prayer a routine prayer. God is good, God is great. Let me eat what's on this plate, or bless the food that's on this plate, whatever. That type of stuff's kind of childish, but I think sometimes just a simple thank you can suffice. It don't have to be something difficult. Just talk to God. But we're going to close it out here, and I'm kind of getting hungry myself. But don't get stuck believing that you got to be in a church to sing, pray, or hear preaching. Like I said, you by yourself, you get in your car before you go to work, wherever you're going, you're by yourself, no distractions, say a little prayer to God. In the same sense, you get in your car, you can turn on your iTunes or Pandora, whatever you listen to in your radio, AM, FM, whatever. There's Christian stations. You got the technology right here, this device right here on this little screen. You can Google local Christian radio stations. That's how you need to praise. Like I said, you can pray, you can listen and find any type of music, Christian music, on your phone that you want to hear. Sing along with whatever. You got a certain song in mind, you can find that easy. And YouTube, I'm sure there's different video abilities, but you can get on YouTube and find preaching. It's all over YouTube. But we're going to close it out here. My belly's growling, and hopefully we might be able to get a shop video going this week. But if not, we'll be back in the truck next week. We'll try to figure something different to talk about. So God bless you guys. We'll catch you later.